And I did get the one thing that I wanted for Christmas. A blow. Girl, you looking at my hand.
I was. I was like, are you engaged?
No. I wanted a blow dryer. Who needs diamonds when you can speed dry your hair? What are you talking about?
Yo. I was like, huh?
Girl, no.
Okay.
I got a blow dryer.
Look.
That was very important to me.
You said, who needs diamonds when you can have a blow dryer that
when
can
you
dry
can
your
speed
hair?
dry your hair.
You're
It
right.
saves me 20 minutes.
You're right. What kind of dryer did you get? Oh my gosh.
And we're back.
We are back. Happy New Year. Happy 2025.
Right.
I
That is
mean,
a word, happy.
There's a lot of shenanigans going on in the first, 10 days of the year, but
I mean,
but we're not gonna focus on that. We're gonna focus on happy.
That's right, because it's gonna be a verb. Happy as a verb.
Yes.
Happy 2025.
Happy.
That's how
2025.
That's how it's got to go.
Welcome to We Are Out of Office with Nikki and Jayne. My out of office reply is great to hear from you. With 2024 and 2025 tag teaming on the shenanigans, I am occupied with listening to frequency music, 432 hertz to be exact, to maintain the vibes from the holidays. Hope you're safe and well.
I love it. I actually don't even have an out of office reply at this point. I'm just not answering.
You have a generic. Oh, you're not even answering emails.
No.
You're like, I'm just not answering. Well, how was your holidays? What were you doing for Christmas and New Year's?
So my holiday was good. This was the first year in 4 years where I did not have a writing deadline over Christmas. It was amazing. So I got to do.
I got your cute little picture from New Year's. I was like,
yeah.
oh, look how cute she looked.
I was determined. I was like, 2025 is going to be such a great year no matter what happens. And then we get back to California, but that's fine. So I was in Michigan. I got to see snow. I got to do winter things.
Great.
And that was great. And I had a wonderful time with family. So I was really appreciative of not having a deadline. How was your holiday?
I appreciate that. No, it was great. It was 2 weeks of just disconnecting and having fun with my family. We went up to Oregon.
I love that.
It was very wet and very cold, but it was great. It was fun. We made homemade ice cream.
I was going to ask if you have like a holiday tradition that you do.
Yeah, so there's a number of things that we do. One of them is my Christmas cake, which I decorate with the red, green, and white and sprinkles. And so we did that. We have this other thing called Chipsel Pop that Jackson makes.
Chipsel Pop? What is that?
Yeah, so it's chips, pretzels, and popcorn. And then he melts 3 different kinds of chocolates.
Oh.
And then he drizzles it on the combination of the chips and popcorn and pretzels. And then we put it in the freezer or basically the garage because that's how cold it was. And it gets solid. And then you break it up like bark.
Yeah. Okay. Chipsel Pop.
And then you eat it. Had way too much of that. Lots of wine. Obviously, wine country up in Oregon. So we went to some
I don't think people
vineyards.
know of Oregon as wine country.
Oh, yes. The Willamette Valley is a place to go. If you are a huge Pinot Noir fan.
Put people on, girl.
Oh, I can put people on.
Put people on.
I can put y'all on. So we went to a vineyard called Furioso Vineyards, which had a wonderful view, and tried some nice bold reds. And we went to the Tillamook Creamery.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you're familiar with the cheese, Tillamook cheese or Tillamook ice cream, we went to the place
There's a place called Tillamook.
And you can have food there, which wasn't that great, unfortunately. But the experience...
Sorry to those people.
But the process, watching the cheese process was fun as hell.
I could imagine.
So fun. And they have an amazing store. I'll put a link to my TikTok so you can take a look at the Tillamook Creamery. And we read Christmas Eve. We gather around and read books.
Oh.
And each of us, there were 7 of us this time, so we didn't all pick a book, but we had 3 books. So we read that. And then we opened presents very early in the morning. I got everything I wanted, one of them being this.
Love it.
And then we had the Christmas brunch. My mother-in-law does a brunch. She does like an egg dish blueberry crumble thing, and we have mimosas.
Isn't it nice where you have these hallmarks that let you know it's the holidays? Because
Yes.
otherwise it's just like it could go by so easily and you don't know that it happened.
Exactly. It still went by fast, but we have some new traditions that I'll get into a little bit later that I'm really excited about. But it was a really good, it was a great, actually it wasn't good. It was a great break. And I really enjoy hanging out with obviously my family, but my in-laws. They're just amazing.
That's special.
beings.
I spent New Year's Eve with my partner's parents, and that was fun. It was the four of us.
What did you do?
We had the best time. We went to dinner, and it was like a live band.
Ooh.
So we just like ate and talked. My boyfriend's father is a hoot, so he's the entertainment. He tells jokes. He tells stories.
Yeah.
He jokes around.
What
He's
was the
just a lot
food
of
like?
fun. We had Italian food.
Ooh, was it good?
Yes, sort of.
With an asterisk.
Yes, with
Okay.
an asterisk. I
Okay.
mean, it was good enough.
All right. Doesn't matter because the company
Was
is what
more
matters,
important,
right?
Much more important.
That's
It was a fun time, and I did get the one thing that I wanted for Christmas: a blow. Girl, you looking at my hand?
I was. I was like, are you engaged?
No. I wanted a blow dryer. Who needs diamonds when you can speed dry your hair? What are you talking about?
Yo. I was like, what?
Girl, no.
Okay.
I got a blow dryer.
Look,
That was very important to me.
you said, who needs diamonds when you can have a blow dryer that
When you
dry
can
your
speed
hair?
dry your hair,
You're
it
right.
saves me 20 minutes.
You're right. What kind of dryer did you get? Oh my gosh.
I got that like L'Oreal Light Pro thing. So it's like is high airflow plus like it's less heat so that you don't damage your hair.
Sorry,
But
I'm
it's
still
not-
stuck on this. I thought, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to know me to know where my priorities lie.
No, listen. Listen, we are learning new things every day, and this is one of them.
This is where my priorities.
Forget diamonds. I want a high-speed dryer.
Blow dryer.
So I don't know anything about
Top
this
of the
dryer
line.
because I don't do my hair. So I
Okay.
would love to
Yes.
include that in the links for people to see.
Yes.
So this is a dryer that has high airflow,
High
but low
airflow,
heat.
right? So my
Got it.
Dyson. So I don't know if
Yes, I'm familiar with the Dyson.
you know my Dyson quit on me.
How
So
dare
I
it.
had when I was
dare
going
you.
to a dinner reservation,
Ooh.
my hair was wet,
No.
20 minutes out to where I was supposed to be, and my Dyson quit on me. Girl.
No.
It quit on me. My Dyson quit on me. I know. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find a new love, like Jody Watley said.
I'm searching for a new love, baby. A new love. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I need something new. Mama needs a new partner here for my hair. So I basically did all the research, and there's this new dryer. Now, I mean, jury's still out, so I can't say this is the best thing that's ever happened to me yet.
Right.
But me and my dad, this is our Christmas tradition. Basically, he's like, "What do you want? Like, what's your one thing?" And I was like, "This is my one thing. I want a blow dryer."
Oh my gosh, I can't.
So we were driving from Ulta to Ulta to go find this blow dryer over Christmas. It was my one gift that I wanted. So we found it.
Awesome.
And I've tried it a few times. It actually has cut my drying time down.
Oh, so it's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
It is.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I mean, I'll come back and report. I need to use it a few more times just to make sure.
Yeah.
But and I have changed my regimen a little bit. But overall, very happy with the gift.
I love it. It looks good.
Thank you.
It looks good.
It's growing. It's growing.
It is. It's looking very, very nice.
Thank you.
But I'm going to remember that. That was really funny. I love this necklace that you're wearing.
Thank you. Oh, I see you, girl.
Yeah, like we always do this unintentionally. Like
I know.
we just keep matching.
We just slide into. I know we're like neutral tones.
Yes, I really like this necklace. This
Thank
sweater
you.
I really
It
love.
Looks very. You're like the sweater queen. You're
Girl.
It's starting to be a thing.
It's my thing, and I'm wearing it.
I didn't order. I was about to order that Amazon sweater that you had on last time, and I forgot. I had it in my cart.
Okay.
I found it.
Well, you can still order it.
I know, but it's about not to be winter anymore.
Doesn't matter. Next winter. Winter comes every year, girl.
We need layers in California.
Yeah.
You're right.
So wait, before we go into
winter comes every year.
Winter comes every year. But this sweater, the reason why I got this sweater, because in our family, both sides of the family, what we do is we do Google Sheets.
Okay.
And we market the wish list.
Oh, okay.
So throughout the year,
Yeah.
anniversaries, birthdays, Christmases, special occasions, whatever, we have a running list of things that we like.
Oh,
So
okay.
then whenever you want to go get someone something, you just go to the list and get it for them. So hubby got me the set.
I love it. Oh, okay.
It's a set. So it's the top and the bottom. The pants, this is cashmere, and the pants, I think, are a cashmere blend.
Yeah.
And it's by the brand Lily Silk.
Okay.
And Lily Silk has been becoming a thing in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They were known for their sheets and their pillowcases, but now they're going into clothes.
Into comfort. Yeah, I was looking
really
at
nice.
clothes over the holiday because it was like my one chance to kind of shop, which I don't do regularly. And I think like casual, like leisure wear is a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I love TJ Maxx, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Whenever my mom, she'll call me, my dad will call me, like, where are you? If I'm anywhere, it's TJ Maxx.
Love it.
I love finding. And so I go to TJ Maxx and I'm looking at the sections. There's a huge leisure wear section. It's like the biggest section of all the clothes.
Really?
And I'm like, this is a thing. Yeah, people are just like, I'm all about casual at this point.
Yeah, because
Comfort and casual.
Comfort and casual. This is completely different. I mean, it'll be 9 years since I moved to LA next month, which is crazy for me to say out loud. And my whole style has completely changed. And I love it. So wearing stuff like this that's comfortable and chic and cute, I'm all for.
Well, I am starting to I'm working on going in the opposite direction. I feel like this is about to be my era of like uncomfortable. But looks good.
Right.
On sale, I got these amazing pair of Christian Louboutin spiked pumps.
Where did you get it?
At Neiman Marcus.
Yes.
It was, great sale, honey.
Like, what do you mean great sale? Like,
What's $1,700 to $700 type sale in my size.
Oh.
Because I was about to not even get my size. I was about to get 2 sizes too small because I was like, you know what? Because they were like, how do they fit? And I was like, they hurt. But don't ask me how like a pair of Christian Louboutin pumps feel.
Yeah,
they feel terrible, but they look good. That's the point. It feels awful.
Hilarious.
They hurt.
Okay,
It hurt so bad.
I need to see a picture of these shoes.
Okay, I will show you. But they're on their way to me.
Oh.
But yes, the markdowns were amazing.
That's
right
a
after
really
the holiday.
700 is pretty great.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to just be uncomfortable and look amazing. And that's like my new era.
Like my era is being uncomfortable but looking amazing.
Right. So
I love this.
So just prepare for this.
Well, speaking of looking amazing, we have a couple of We See You girls.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Because this last week we had the Golden Globes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Before LA was set on fire.
I know. Jesus.
Wow. Anyways, so Demi Moore, Cheryl Lee Ralph, and Zoe Saldana.
Yes.
Now, Demi Moore, her speech. First of all, Demi, I don't understand how these women are like Demi, Nicole, Cheryl. These are distinguished women, gentle ladies, right? Women of a certain age.
Right.
And they look better than some of these young bucks out here. Mm-hmm. So Demi, this was her first award she's ever won for acting. She was told, during the speech, she said she was told that she was a popcorn actress. That all she needed to do was show up, look good, and make money with commercial, dumb movies or whatever. And she thought at one point her career was over. And then this script comes across her desk and she does it. And look, now she's, that girl. She looks amazing. I'm so happy for her. And I grew up watching Demi, so, I'm rooting for her. Now, Cheryl Lee Ralph, shout out to her daughter who styles her.
Oh, that's who her stylist is.
Ivy Coco something on Instagram. We'll include it in the show notes. But Cheryl wore this dress.
I think I saw this
gown
dress.
And her face, like when I say the face.
She looked amazing.
Just
I saw Cheryl Lee Ralph because shout out to Sheba Turk, by the way, from KCal.
Yes.
My girl. She
Yes.
did her first red carpet this year. So she is the weekend anchor. I see her as the real life Tabby version who I met through my books.
Yes, yes.
So she was in New Orleans as an anchor on local news and then came to California after my books, and she had read my books.
Amazing.
And we became friends through that. So she's moderated some of my book events here, but she's become a friend. So I watched the red carpet because this was Sheba's first year, and the person I happened to catch her interview was Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Oh, amazing.
So I did see Cheryl. She looked amazing.
Sheba will tell you.
Or Ms. Ralph.
The face. It's astonishing. And then Zoe as well. She won her first award as well. Like, I think it was like 25 years to the day when she debuted.
Yeah.
From acting. And then, of course, Zendaya. Shout out to Zendaya.
She looked amazing.
And La Roche and her whole entire team. I mean, she was...
It's a thing. So I saw a video about this, by the way.
Did you probably saw the same video of like the inspiration behind her look?
Not that, no.
Oh,
It was actually the inspiration behind her looks, period.
Oh, yes. The 4 women?
No, well, so what she was talking about, I think she was talking to Issa Rae, and she was saying that the way that she transitioned her brand out of Disney was to show up on red carpets. She's like, I was going to events that I had no business at, but she's like, my goal was to just look really, really good, to be super well dressed. She's like, I had no business being at those events. She's like, I showed up, but I went to every single thing I was invited to. But when I showed up, I showed out. She's like, I came super well dressed. And she was like, but my goal was, she's like, I had no business at the events, but I was dressed well enough that it made a statement. And so what I told myself is that now my job is to be deserving of being there, to become the person who's also deserving of being there. So she said that her looks. Zendaya said that. I gotta put the video in the show because I might have.
Please do.
But she was talking to Issa Rae, and she was talking about this is how she made this her brand, and it was her strategy to do something so well that stood out, so that she could follow with the rest of her talent, and so she made her style and her image make space for her, and then she followed up with evolving and growing her talent into what it is today.
I mean. Job well done.
Yeah.
You can teach the girls. And then, she's engaged now to her boo, Tom Holland. So congratulations to them.
An extended cushion cut 5-carat diamond ring. Oh. I do know blow dryers and I know diamonds.
You know rings. Okay, so the earlier point when you said forget about diamonds, this is not really what it's about. You know both.
I mean, listen.
I mean, goodness gracious. But I can't wait to not see any of the photos from their wedding because they're extremely private. So.
Right, exactly. I can't wait to not see the photos.
We ain't gonna see no photos.
They'll trickle out. You're going to see the wedding dress.
There's probably gonna be one photo that they'll share, and I'll be happy.
And it will be the dress.
And it'll be like 3 million likes.
The dress.
And then Simone Biles. Like I said, I got a lot of We See You girls. I see you, Simone Biles. I think that she's probably her I See You is probably my favorite. She says she's most likely not gonna return to the Olympics because she thinks it'll be greedy.
She said
the 7-time gold medalist, the most decorated gymnast of all time, is like, what more can I do? She goes, I'm at a point in my career where I'm humble enough to know when to be done. I don't think she's gonna come back. She said it'd be greedy.
What would be the point?
What would be the point?
But I love that for her. And I've been thinking about this. I'm gonna go on a tangent. Tangent alert.
Ooh.
So I've been thinking about this whole idea of awards and recognition through institutional recognition. And especially as an artist and as a Black artist, what does that mean to me? Because a lot of my work has gone unrecognized from an institutional perspective, but from a culture and community perspective has been a bestseller, has been all the recognition.
Right.
And I constantly have to reconcile for myself the need for, do I actually need institutional recognition? And then thus, if I don't need it, what is the point? Like, what does it actually mean? So with something like the Olympics, where you're competing with the best of the best, and there's empirical numbers, like the fastest is the fastest.
Right.
That's one thing. But I think when you think about it from a more subjective standpoint, where you're looking for that validation as an artist, it's so subjective.
Yeah.
And you don't have the empirical information is often ignored, and you have to find a way to, for yourself, name yourself, recognize yourself, or decide what is going to matter for you in terms of what you think is enough. And stay true to who you are. And so it was really inspiring for me to see her say, this is my enough.
Right.
And as an artist, to realize I can make that mark for myself. I can make that measure for myself.
That's
and
right.
Stop being beholden to these sort of institutional markers that are basically irrelevant.
Such a great point. That's something that I want to bring up in our health and healing section
Yes.
later on and, expand on that. But I think I just love how you framed that. And I wasn't even thinking that far. You always so...
I'm a writer. It's my job.
You're a writer. That's what you be doing.
Let's examine society.
Yes.
To think about the state of our human condition.
I love that. I was more.
I'm a philosopher, basically.
You are very much that. I was very much like. I love that
I'm a TJ Maxx philosopher.
Speaking of TJ Maxx, I know I'm going off on a
tangent alert.
Tangent, not tangent, but when I was in London,
yeah.
theirs is called TK Maxx.
Oh.
And I don't know if the TJ Maxx here does it, because the last time I was in TJ Maxx, I didn't see this section, but I wasn't looking for this section. But in the TK Maxx, they have luxury goods.
The TJ Maxx has the runway
in glass cases, and so you can find some Louis in there.
Oh
Gucci's.
no, we don't have that here.
Yes, the TK Maxx had Louis and Gucci's and Pradas.
You sound crazy. TK Maxx. I know it's real, but you're like,
I know, but it really is called TK Maxx.
It's McDowell's of.
I know. We have the Golden Arches. We have the Golden Arcs.
Yeah.
They have the Big Mac. We have the Big Mick. No, but seriously, it's called TK Maxx, and they have some luxury goods. So if you're ever in London, if you plan on going to London anytime soon, go to the TK Maxx in Covent Garden. TK in Covent Garden.
HIJK.
Stop it. In Covent Garden, and if you're looking for like discounted luxury goods, the basics though.
Is it 2 X's?
I don't.
Is it MAX or MAX? Is it TK?
I think it is TK.
Is it 3 X's?
Okay, moving on. Moving on. I feel like, anyways, shout out.
No, you're putting us on, but we have to acknowledge this.
I don't.
But it's absurd.
But I don't know why it's called. You know what? I didn't even bother to ask. I just knew why is it called TK? I don't know.
Because it's a knockoff of TJ Maxx.
No, but it's the same. It's the same. It's
exactly
lettering.
the same, but it's totally different.
It is the same.
But it's not the same store.
It is the same store.
Is it owned by the same people?
Yes.
And so they made it TK Maxx?
They call it, they said, in America it's TJ Maxx, but we're TK Maxx. Oh, you thought this was me make... No. This is the same company.
But why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, girl. I don't be knowing. I mean, it's the same reason why certain things, some of our food is banned over there because, red 40 this and yellow 29 that.
Like there's a better version of TJ Maxx that we could be
Yes, because
having.
it has Louis, Gucci's, and Pradas.
Why won't they do that? So they're... Okay.
Moving on. But just like I said. But anyways, wrapping up, we see you girls to Simone.
Saying, yes, and Simone, and we were talking about, we went on 2 separate tangents, but coming back around self-definition, and Simone said, I'm enough for me.
Yes.
This is all you get. And there's a really good, I'll save this for our later segment about what I'm watching.
Okay.
Because I watched some good things.
Cool. So what are you on right now?
What am I? I'm on so many things right now, but 2 things. I'm still doing my voice lessons, and I started doing piano online, playing by ear. I know. I played piano when I was a kid, but I did not learn how to play by ear. But I was watching this video, which was saying for creative people in particular, it's a YouTube video, and he's like, "How do I never get bored?" And when you're working creatively, they say that you're supposed to switch up what you're focused on.
Oh.
And do like little intermissions in your creative work. So if I'm writing all day, I'm like, I need something else to do. So I'm like, okay, I could draw I could practice piano. I could practice singing lessons. Just something that you can do, and I can practice my language app.
Right.
So just something you can do in like a short 20
Burst.
to 30 minute little break that keeps your brain active, re-engages you in something totally different, and then you go back to your like
That's cool.
long-term focused effort.
Okay.
So I've picked up piano to add to that because I can just like practice scales or arpeggios and things like that, and it's just been really fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm learning about the major and minor chords, and I did all of these things when I played piano, but not from like a really hardcore music theory perspective.
Well, who was your favorite classical artist that you would play when you used to play?
Well, is that Beethoven, Furlies, Bach? I mean, I played Beethoven, Bach, Tchaikovsky. I played all the classics, like everything. Moonlight Sonata. I mean, I played everything. I could play all the classics by memory, and I would compete. I would do competitions.
What?
Yeah.
So somewhere there's a program with your name on it?
Honey, I was like doing the most.
Playing canon in D or something?
Yes. Like really.
I love
that. I was like
that.
classically trained, but it was, by memorization. And what I really wanted the most, because I'm like, if I have to cut my nails off, I really want to be able to play like contemporary music. It's not worth, So I stopped in high school, but since I was probably 10 or 12.
I love this renaissance. You're just doing all these things. You're singing, you're playing the piano, you're still doing your writing. And these last couple of years have been really great to watch. Just watching you grow and become the creative person that I think it's always been in you, but you haven't probably allowed it to.
Of course.
And now you are. So that's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, how do you say, oh, I want to be an artist, or I'm, I think that's something that happens to you more than, it'd be very strange, I feel like, to say I want to be an artist and really sincerely mean that when you're younger, because what it actually means to be an artist is...
You don't know? We all don't. Yes, you definitely don't know.
It is not for the faint of heart.
For some people probably figured it out, and, you see them out in the business or in the art world and getting those things off. But I think for a lot of people, like, I didn't say I wanted to grow up and be an artist, even though what I'm doing is being an artist, right? So I love this for you.
I love this for us. I mean, this is this era, but I hope that people listening and even not listening, but who will hopefully listen in the future, will engage with that part of themselves, especially later in life.
Yeah.
Because the one thing about art is having perspective and something meaningful to say. And you don't have anything meaningful to say without significant amount of experience and perspective.
Right.
So I would love to see this, whole kind of movement of 60 plus, 50 plus later in life artists. Or like what you do in retirement isn't retire. You become an artist at that point.
Yeah.
Like, don't retire. Do art.
There are a few on IG that I've seen that I don't follow, but I've seen in passing and go, oh my gosh, it's so cool that she's picked up on this or he's picked up on that.
The fashionistas that are 80.
Yes, oh my gosh.
The models, the people, the way I saw this woman in her 70s doing one finger. I do mean finger. I'm not saying, and I'm not hand. One finger pull-ups. She said that the marker of health is like grip strength and being able to like lift yourself and pull yourself. So she's like, okay, I decided I'm going to be as healthy as possible. And in her like 50s, I think she started doing significant weight training and body weight exercises. And now she's like in her 60s or 70s or something. And she's like doing these, she looks amazing. And she does like, she like holds herself on a pull-up bar and takes her clothes off and like, and has like a bikini underneath. Like, she does all this stuff.
Okay.
Amazing.
I need to see
so
this
inspiring.
woman.
All of my fitness inspiration on like my curated feed, I follow people like 60 plus only.
Wow.
That's all I want to see. Yeah. That's all I want to see.
I want to see the future. Yeah. I don't want to see.
I want to see a future vision that I could be inspired by. I don't want to see what you're doing at 40. I want to see what you're doing at 70.
Speaking of the future, what I'm on right now, I think I've said this before.
What I'm on right now.
Word is ChatGPT. Now, I know you got your things about ChatGPT, but listen. Jackson read an article from The Economist that said that the digital divide might be coming to an end due to AI. That ChatGPT, a lot of Black families have been using ChatGPT. And it has actually been very helpful to them.
Okay.
Right? There's one parent mentioned how her son applied to a school, got rejected, sent an appeal letter with the help of ChatGPT and got in.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason why that digital divide may be closing in is because it's helping, well, first I said it's helping Black and Hispanic families translate white culture.
Right.
But it helps
what
many.
What is actually happening here?
Right. But they're using the AI through their smartphones.
Right.
So before it was laptops and, access to Wi-Fi, but now it's on their smartphones. So that divide might be closing in. So for me, I've been using ChatGPT, especially the last couple of weeks, a lot. One, it helped me because I remember I said we're bringing in new traditions.
Yeah.
Cranberry margarita recipe.
Oh.
That recipe was recipeing, okay?
Really?
Yes, because my father-in-law does an amazing regular margarita.
Yeah.
It's a secret recipe. I got the recipe. I'm not going to share it. But he finally shared it with me. And so we wanted to add to the group, our margarita selections for the holidays. So I found a cranberry margarita recipe, which was banging. It's also helping me dissect my dreams.
Okay.
So I've been using it as kind of like a journal, so to speak. So like when I wake up, I'd immediately type in what I've dreamt, and then it will break it down, and it broke some shit down.
Okay. Well, there's a Jungian approach to dream interpretation. Like there's a whole discipline that studies this. So it would be available on ChatGPT. If ChatGPT was like accessing the whole like Jungian dream interpretation discipline and study, like it's very well developed. So maybe that's what you're getting from
That's
ChatGPT.
Seriously. So when I started using it, it's been very accurate.
Yeah.
Like really, really good. And it's given me some perspective on things. So, but ChatGPT, I love how, it's so accessible. Like it literally, if I need help with an email, I ask it, it'll, throw something out. This is the paid version, by the way. So it's like $20 a month. To me, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because I've been using it for recipes, for helping with my emails at work, for now my dreams. But, it'd be interesting to see how ChatGPT evolves, because more people of color are using it. So it's going to learn. So
it's going to be more cultural.
Yeah, I'm going to see. I want to see how Black it is. Like if I ask,
it's going to get Black as
yes, because I want to ask it like if it knows what 5011 means.
You
right?
should. I feel like between now and the next recording next week, you should give it a Black test.
I should test it, right?
Yeah, you should see, and then see how well it does.
Yeah.
Over time.
I'm a ask if it knows what 5011 means.
Yeah, we need to hear what your quiz is and what the results are in the next episode.
Or if I say,
tune in if you're listening now. The next episode, are you gonna do it?
I dead ass. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, don't want to promise.
That is a great idea.
I'll be listening. Well, I'll be here for the next episode.
Okay, yeah, of course, because you host it with me. Okay, so I'll do that. Results next week.
Okay.
So
ChatGPT is gonna be our first interview guest, basically. We are ahead of the times.
ChatGPT, can I
X
you a question?
I know. And see what it's right.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. What's the temperature? Okay. Anyways, I'm actually going to ask it that. It better answer.
You should. I know. It better be right.
It better be right.
I know. Let's hypothetical.
It's
Friday.
It's Friday and it's 7 p.m. What's the temperature? Oh my God. I love it. Okay, so Jesus take the wheel. Time for the Jesus take the wheel. Do you have something or should I?
You go.
I'll go. Okay, so
I have so many.
The recent announcements of the DEI rollback.
Oof.
I'm going to be quick because I want to be mindful of time. Mm-hmm. So we've seen the recent, upticks of companies announcing changes. They're being pressured by conservative groups led by this man named Robbie Starbuck, who are taking advantage of the Supreme Court decision that went against affirmative action last year. So now all these conservative groups are suing companies for their DEI initiatives. McDonald's is the latest to join Walmart, Southwest Airlines, Nissan. I find it funny with McDonald's because they literally just relabeled their mustard to match Kendrick's mustard. And how can we forget? And this is just one of many things. Like, remember back in the day, they had the R&B McNuggets song that I still sing to this day.
It.
Okay. So it's like, you love us, but you don't love us. Anyway, folks are crying foul, obviously, and companies are responding and saying that we're only taking a real look at the initiatives because we're finding that, add diversity and stir doesn't work. Duh. That's why it's called diversity, equity, and inclusion. Right. So you can't just be like, I'm going to add diversity and then add the answer to be all. But so basically you're telling me that you never really committed to this. And so because it's not working the way you want to give up. Okay, cool. So I don't know why announcing these things are so important.
Oh, because they're placating.
That's what I was thinking. I was
people
thinking
with hate in their hearts, and giving them what they feel like they want in the way that they've decided to direct their hatred. The buzz term diversity is just a placeholder for Black and brown. And potentially women, or LGBTQIA people who have just become the latest scapegoat for the hate that is harbored in a significant number of people's hearts. I looked at the numbers before I came here, and it's 77 million Americans voted for that guy. Mm-hmm. 77 million Americans voted for a convicted felon as president, and the vitriolic messaging. Mm-hmm. And so to me, if you could take action in that way, what you're harboring on the inside is so much, it's of so much concern to me that I'm not surprised that these buzzwords of diversity or wherever are just like targets for people to direct that, because it's just stirring within them. It's not because if you harbor hatred and do something harmful or hurtful or say something hurtful, it's not excused if you do it to a particular group. Mm-hmm. It had to come from a bad place within you. Just because it went to what you believe is an acceptable place doesn't mean that it didn't come from a bad place within you. So when we're hearing about this pushback against something that is diversity is, it's scientific. Diversity is how humanity and every other life form has survived the changing of the climate, of the circumstances of everything else. It is a survival necessity. So to push back on this concept because you allow yourself to believe that your anger and animus and hatred has a rightful destination in a particular group of people, that's a problem that needs to be dealt with at that level. That's going to have to be other people's problem for 2025.
Well, listen, it's definitely a fuck around and find out season because because this was going to happen. Setting aside all of the diversity is just a necessity thing. And
it's a corporate advantage.
It is,
so
it
let's
is
just see how that affects your profits.
Irresponsible.
Good luck to that.
But thankfully, Costco was like, no. No.
And Target too. Shout out to Target.
Shout out to Target. Shout out to Costco. So the company board of directors announced that it stands firm on their DEI initiatives. Mm-hmm. And they said, our success at Costco wholesale has been built on service to our critical stakeholders, employees, members, and suppliers. Our efforts around diversity, equity, inclusion follow our code of ethics. So there is a vote that's going to happen in a few weeks because the National Council for Public Policy Research made a proposal. They're saying they just want to conduct research and publish a report on the risks to the company maintaining its current DEI roles, policies, and goals. Look, whatever you want to, however you want to call it, you want to reevaluate, not do away with it. Here's the thing: I don't trust y'all. And if you're gonna do this, just do it in private and not say anything. But listen, this is what's at stake. The Black population in the U.S. is expected to grow by 21% in the next 20 years. That's according to Nielsen. Black spending reached $1.8 trillion in 2024.
That's right. Trillion.
I said this before.
Right.
But I'm going to say it again.
Right.
One more again. $1.8 trillion Black spending. Within the last decade, there's been a 26% increase in Black high-income households, signaling a rise in disposable income. This is a $300 billion opportunity that these companies are going to miss out on because combined spending by all Black households has increased 5% annually over the past 2 decades. It has outpaced the growth of combined spending by white households. So y'all can fuck around and find out and throw away your DEI initiatives because the thing is now we're
have just
options.
Watching. Right.
We have options.
We have options. I think there's BJ's, there's Costco, there's Walmart. But when it's going back to what I was saying about the institutions trying to be tastemakers or make decisions about what is viable, what is excellent, what is good without tying it to empirical information. If you look at performance of profitability, of corporate performance, of growth numbers, the growth opportunity economically, just easily, is within the Black community and the growing economic base and consumer spending potential of Black Americans. That's it, of consumer spending power. That's where the growth engine is. So if you want to kowtow to like this outcry and sort of have this performative
by all means,
rollback.
Go ahead.
Do it. But I would just say focus on the numbers. Focus empirically. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Jay-Z said it. And I just repeat that. Truer words have not been spoken. Focus on the numbers. So stop. I think all of this like sort of emotional
they're in their feelings. They're in their feelings. This is all purely
the passion. Even the forefathers, when they established this country, that's what they said. They said the passions of the people are going to be where we have to have concerns and have guardrails, because once people get emotional and they start making decisions based on emotions, that's when you start running into trouble.
And they say we emotional. We don't know how to do shit.
Okay.
Anyways, what's
I'm
your?
I'm very emotional.
I'm just like, it's just like
I make my buying decisions emotionally. So I love who loves me.
That part, I'll go where I'm wanted.
Yeah.
So Costco, I will see you soon.
Yeah, exactly.
And your samples. What's your Jesus?
I do like
take the wheel.
My Jesus. Well, okay. So my Jesus take the wheel at this point has to do with being in LA and getting 2 evacuation warnings yesterday for the fires.
Yeah.
Now they were later corrected and said this was false. But sitting there yesterday afternoon, minding my business and obviously watching the news, I'm getting this like alert looking out the window like, okay, you need to evacuate, which is a horrible experience, which a whole bunch of Californians and Los Angelinos in particular have been subject to over the past few days. But when it happened and I got that on my phone, it really brought it home because I was like watching the news like riveted and part of me wanted to watch and part of me wanted to turn it off because I felt like at a certain point I'm watching just like trauma for trauma's sake. And I'm like, where's the information? Like why are we not informing people of what's going on? Of where the fires are, how to evacuate, what to do in the instance to protect yourself from smoke exposure. Like, why are we not being informative? Why are we focused on all this, just continual showing of trauma?
Yeah.
Let's try to protect people, but that's not evidently what people, I don't know, that's whatever. Those aren't my decisions. But when I got this message about evacuating, it made me really think, what would I take? And I started walking around my place thinking, okay, what is most important to me? What would I take? And some of it, it just showed me a lot about
your
myself.
Dryer, for
yeah,
sure.
my hair dryer. But I would take my hair dryer because my dad gave it to me.
Yeah.
I would obviously take my dog and, like my boyfriend. But, well, he would have to take himself and then so he could fit his arms. But then I was like, what is really, really important here? It's like the the pictures, you know, like I have a book of pictures my mom made for me, like my grandmother's funeral program, you know, like my computer, but I was like, but maybe not all of my book collection, you know, but certain books are important because maybe they're out of print or I wrote in them.
Yeah.
And so it just made me really focus in on like what is the most important thing, and all the things that we think are important and that we've attached to.
That's right.
Just don't really matter.
I think
and we filled our lives with so much of it.
We do. And I think that, you know, there's been a lot of online conversation back and forth about, you know, the people who've lost their homes that are wealthy and they can just build back up again. I think what people are forgetting is that these are homes that memories are filled with, right?
Yeah.
These are people. It's stuff is stuff. But in that stuff, there's family heirlooms that are lost, right? There's an entire town that's gone now, right? Altadena, Pacific Palisades.
Their day-to-day life.
Their day-to-day life.
The place where they interacted with people they love.
But these are people who've been there for decades and decades and decades. Like Altadena, I think it was one of the first places in California, in Southern California, to integrate.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of Black and brown families
there are a lot of Black
there
and brown families
who've been there for decades,
Yeah.
who've had communities and schools and all of that stuff. So you're absolutely right. I mean, when I got that alert, I was frozen in the living room with my husband. I was like, and he's not feeling well.
Yeah.
So he's coughing up a lung. Meanwhile, my daughter is like watching something or drawing or playing, completely oblivious to that what's going on. Not completely, but you know, we kind of protected her from it all. And I started doing the same thing, looking around like, what do we take? I immediately thought, thankfully, our passports, birth certificate, all of that is in one bag. So I was like, I'll grab that. But then I was looking at her artwork. And now I'm like, I gotta.
Oh yeah, you'd have to.
But now you know what? I gotta digitize all of that.
Yeah,
I
my
literally
mom
have to
has
digitize
my
all
stuff.
of that. Yeah,
She sent me my artwork from like when I was 12, I guess, and I'm like 46 now. So she sent it to me, I think, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Some of I made metal jewelry, and I had like some paintings and stuff. So she sent me, and then the books that I did when I was 6 or 7 or 8. My first books were when I was a kid. But anyway, save that artwork because she's gonna want to see it.
I know. So, anyways, you're right. I think in light of the fires and in light of a lot of events that have happened, kicking off the year, it's another round of thinking about what matters most, and so that's something that I want to talk about, health and healing. But I want to be mindful of time, so we should move on to
let's move on
to
but
what's good.
That is my but that's the Jesus Take the Wheel, bringing that to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Just that thoughts and prayers out to everybody.
Yes, thank you.
In Los Angeles. And if we basically have said it, but just saying it explicitly, that if you're in the area, you have somebody, if we find some ways to donate, because I think a lot of people have lost a lot of things.
Yes.
And I just have renewed thankfulness. But yeah, our absolute hearts and condolences go out to our community here. It's dealing with what fires that are still burning.
Yep,
so.
Still burning. But thankfully we are safe.
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay.
So what's good?
What's good?
So mine is really quick. So I'll throw this out there. It's going to be the 30th anniversary of UPN.
Oh.
Did you watch UPN when it was on?
I was like, are you talking about the UPN?
Yes.
It's still
the network. No, it's not around.
Oh, okay.
But it's the 30th anniversary when it started.
Oh,
it's been merged or out of existence when it was UPN and WB and they became the CW.
Yeah.
But I'm mad that an entire generation won't know about this network. It had like the best Black content. It launched on January 16th, 1995. Back when theme songs mattered. I still sing Homeboys in Outer Space.
Oh, yeah?
Every once in a while. Just Homeboys
You're showing your age,
in
girl.
Outer Space. Mercenary brothers down for one another. Moesha, the Parkers, Half and Half, all of us. Remember Sparks?
I know the name, but I never saw it.
That was the one with, I think it was, Terrence Howard and James Avery and Miguel Nunez, I want to say. They were like fathers and sons running like a law firm, one-on-one, obviously girlfriend, sister,
Oh my gosh, it
Eve,
was everything. Oh yeah.
Kevin Hill in the house. It was
a wonderful repository
It
of
really,
Black cultural content.
It really was. And there's a generation of TV of kids who won't
just don't have it.
They won't see that. It's all on Pluto TV if you want to, watch it. But I saw someone posted a video about it, and I wanted to, put that out there just to remind people that
big up Pluto TV.
Pluto TV.
We can watch it. It's not lost.
It's not lost. Yes, you're right. It's not lost. But it's just like looking at the state of the industry right now. There's a big hole. That's all I got.
Well, what I think is interesting that those big holes create extraordinary opportunities for content creators
right.
with particularized perspectives to walk right on through.
You're right.
So the next Issa Rae, who has an idea for their web series on YouTube, just write it, film it, and put it up, and it doesn't have to be good, as Dodash told us, because she said, y'all all look better than me, and I'm making more money.
She's like, if I can do it, you can do it. No, but you're right.
You're right. And I think also there's an opportunity for rediscovery. Like, thanks for putting people onto Pluto TV. There's a whole library.
I mean, the entire
rediscover this content.
Yeah.
Well, because we are in a vacuum at this. A vacuum meaning like there's a dearth. There's not enough culturally relevant, high quality content, especially if you're Black and want to see Black culture that you can recognize.
Yes.
So go back.
Yes.
Please
go watch it, because I know I am.
Rewatch.
What's your one thing that's good?
So I watched, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but it is a documentary. I would have this in the show notes, but I tried to put my phone away. It is about Black artists on Max, and it is called, I think, In the Absence of Light. Black artists in the absence of light. It's very important, I feel like, to watch this documentary, especially if you are a Black artist, or if you know one, or if you want to know one.
Or want to be one.
Or want to be one.
That's awesome.
Or if you just... Anyway, if you're a thinker, you should watch this, because... The thing that stood out to me, it was interviewing a Black fine artists and Kehinde Wiley, of course, and a bunch of other people whose names you should know, historically and contemporary. Mm-hmm. And the challenges faced by Black artists, especially in this world that is dominated by whiteness and white perspective. So you have a person who's attempting to speak their cultural truth through their artistic medium, but the decision makers around allocation of resources, around value, around opportunities are out of their culture, are all white. And so it talks about how Black artists have managed to try to find their pathways of authenticity, cultural authenticity, speaking in their own cultural language, in an environment that is very much dominated by the white gaze and this sort of the bias of whiteness and the subjective view of their work on that basis. So to have someone be authentically expressing as a Black artist from their cultural perspective, but having it not be recognized or relevant until a white person says it's okay, or decides to give them resources because the resources are hoarded in that space, particularly within fine art, but in a lot of artistic domains. So I think it's important to understand this, it's important to see it, and it's important to understand the cultural and artistic offerings from Black artists from that perspective of like, this is the landscape. So like, why do we not hear about, this artist? It doesn't mean that they're not good. It just might mean that they're authentic to what they need to express culturally and in their voice, and it doesn't jive.
It doesn't quote unquote translate.
It doesn't translate, but should it?
Yeah.
And so
that's right.
Should it? I mean, why would you want to contort yourself and move away from the truth of your message to match someone else's cultural lens and someone else's perspective that they're so entrenched in.
Right.
So I think it's just important to watch these kinds of things to actually understand, and then and particularly for, you know, underrepresented artists, because you need to have your own kind of North Star around what you're doing and what your truth is and what you're expressing, so that we keep our art fresh, that it really is what it's supposed to be. So so that was a fantastic documentary on Max. I think it's called Black Art in the Absence of Light or something like that.
I need
those
to check
those are
this
enough
out.
search terms.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
and it's important that, again, the state of the entertainment industry right now, it's I think there's
this is the problem, the chokehold.
It is a problem, and I think that what's good about it, even though what's happening over there is not the most ideal, it is. There are a lot of us that are taking advantage of that very homogenous way of looking at things and using other platforms to express, you know, our art. And so that's why I love TikTok. And I really hope it doesn't go away.
Yeah. But if it does, there'll be something else.
There'll be something else. You know, there's IG, there's Threads, there's Blue Sky, there's YouTube, especially. Like YouTube is
starting to really
YouTube is the number one platform. I mean, a billion hours are being viewed on YouTube daily.
It's
daily.
It's absolutely taking
off. It commands 10% of the viewing audiences.
Yeah.
It surpassed it's beyond Netflix.
Yeah.
So YouTube is that. YouTube is YouTube
is that girl.
Is that girl. So I want to go on to health and healing.
Yes.
You know, 2025, I tell you, I wanted to do this thing that, you know, what are we bringing into 2025 and what we're leaving behind in 2024? And to your earlier point about what Simone said, like knowing that what she's done for the world of gymnastics
is
enough.
That's all you get.
And she doesn't need other people to convince her otherwise. So with that in mind, what I'm leaving in 2024 is the validation from others. It's looking at these institutions and seeing their measures of success, applying it to me and saying, well, if I don't achieve them, I'm a failure. Leaving that.
Bye-bye.
It's 2024. Anxiety.
Oh, amen. Yes.
Okay. I'm leaving that in 2024. And FOMO.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that.
So then what I'm bringing into 2025 is JOMO.
What's JOMO?
The joy of missing out.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm making JOMO a thing.
Did we just make it? Okay, hold on. She just made up a whole
I didn't make it up. I saw it online.
Oh, I thought you coined it.
I wish I did.
I was about to give you. Okay, JOMO.
No, the joy of missing out.
JOMO in 2025, girl.
JOMO in 2025. I am going to be at home. Minding my Black business. I'm going to be eating we got food at the house. I'm going to be eating at home more. I made these wings last night.
Did it?
Girl, I baked it. So I put salt and pepper, olive oil, baked it, and then did this garlic jalapeno honey sauce, and then broiled it. Girl.
Did that.
Delicioso.
Sounds amazing.
Okay. And wearing my clothes.
Okay.
Because I buy a lot of clothes.
Yes.
And I don't wear them. And I need to shop my closet.
Shop your closet.
So those are the things that I'm leaving in 2024. And these are the things that I'm bringing into 2025.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, in 2024, I've already left a lot of things. I feel like if people have listened to the prior episodes,
good for you.
We realize that there's a lot of my fucks are gone. So they were gone before 2024.
I should not have taken that sip of water. I was joking.
I'm now looking, you know when you're like looking at the bottom of the bag, like looking for the last little crumbs. I'm looking for the last crumbs the fucks that I have left.
This last fuck.
Are there any more?
There's no more.
I know.
I don't know where it is.
I think I'm all out. I'm all out. So I you know, there's so much that I feel like I have left in 2024. the big thing for me is really defining myself for myself, and understanding the nature of the institutions that would seek to project a definition on you as success or failure or whatever according to their standards. And then you become beholden to them. And particularly as a Black artist, I've just been continually stepping further and further into my artistry. So as a Black artist, I think leaving behind, and this is probably goes to some of what you're saying, is just that need for institutional recognition.
Yeah.
I am considering it a badge of honor that I'm going at it uniquely. And like if the institutions are behind, they'll just be behind. Like I never need a single acknowledgement. And that is exciting and freeing going into 2025, where I'm just happy to stand in doing something new.
Yeah.
And authentic. And I think that's the most important thing. So going to 2025, the word is authenticity. I'm loving myself. I'm loving my hair the way that it is, even on the days where it doesn't look the way. I have these bad hair days, and I'll be like, but I'm like, you know what? No, this is the whole point of this is loving what I see, and everybody has a bad hair day. So I can't attribute a bad hair day to the texture of my hair or the nature of my hair.
Right.
It's just a bad hair day.
It's just a bad hair day.
You know, it's just that's what it is. But then I'm okay, well here's how I learned about this. Here's a good hair. Here's an appreciation. And here's appreciation of who I am and what I look like. I just saw a woman who was taking her wig off, a Black woman. And she said, these wigs and weaves have destroyed my hairline and have caused me not to love myself as myself. So I'm going on a journey of embracing my natural hair and my natural self.
I saw that video. Yeah.
And I was like, bravo, I support this, so that's where I am in 2020. I started this in 2024. That's where I am in 2025.
I just want to interject real quick. Now, I just want to say it's not that we are saying that you can't wear wigs and
you can do whatever you want,
because people are going to be like, well, what does that mean? You trying to tell us that we can't wear wigs?
She said she had a dependence.
She said she had a dependency on the wig. So that video really, I was moved by that video.
Yeah.
And I think we've all been there as Black women who there are parts of ourselves that we don't like or love because of standards that have been set in place by people who don't even like themselves. Right. So, yeah, we're not doing that no more.
Rita, and I think, exactly, I think we should be able to we have a complete entire versatility. I've worn crochet braids. I have done whatever. Yes. And to be clear, when I say what I'm doing, it absolutely has nothing to do with anybody else. For me, I'm realizing the foundation that I had to create for myself for self-love. Yeah. And I needed to break certain holds on me. So I need to be able to look in the mirror and love me in a certain way that was unloved. Yes. I can sit there and make for myself, this was the version of me that's unloved. So until I love that version, I'm gonna keep looking at it.
That's right.
Until and then when I get to that place where I love even that and all of everything else, I'm gonna move to the next version. Right. But that doesn't mean that I don't, that the versatility won't be there or isn't there. It's just, this is my journey. So I don't want other people to think that there's a judgment here. It's not. It's
a judge-free zone.
Yeah.
We listen.
And we don't judge.
But we don't judge.
We don't.
So
I judge a little bit, but I'm not judging that.
Let me not lie. I am a little judgy.
I don't condemn, though.
I don't condemn. That's right. I judge. I don't condemn. We judge, but we don't condemn.
That's right.
Okay. Well, let's close our episode with the final word. What's your final word?
Well, my final word is do you, boo. Do you, boo, because everybody else is going to be doing that.
Listen.
So do you.
You like it. I love it. I love that. Yes. Yeah. Do you, boo. My final word is this is a message for the gentleman that wouldn't shake Madam VP's hand.
Oh.
As she was swearing in his wife. Don't be bitter. Be better.
Don't be bitter. Be better.
Shout out to Uba from Real Housewives of New York.
He didn't have to shake her hand, but you know what? She had to swear his wife in because the VP, that's who does it. So, whatever.
This man
that's so ignorant.
Looked so uncomfortable. Ignorant. So anyways, I'm like, y'all won. You got the House, the Senate, the White House.
They're so ignorant.
You overturned all of the. You got the Supreme Court.
No.
Why
but that's
are you?
just ugly. But this is again my point. That whole ugliness. It was. I'm so glad it was observable because it doesn't matter who you do it to.
Did you see her face afterwards? She was like, "Ooh, okay,
yeah,
I guess it's that serious for you." She laughed it off, and I don't know Madam VP well enough, or know people that know her well enough to know if that's really in her nature to laugh it off, or if she did it because she knew cameras were watching her. But I was laughing at how she was laughing as she was reacting to him.
That's all you could do
because he looked
how ignorant,
stupid. She didn't even look mad.
There's no excusable. There's no excuse to that. Yeah, that's his. I mean, whatever. So I just think that actually, you know who has the final word for me? Madam VP.
That's right.
I take back my do you boo, although that was a very do you boo moment. But that's the epitome of the do you boo-ness that I want in 2025. I'm just going to be laughing.
The level of unbotheredness.
Yes.
By her.
Okay.
She's like, okay, girl.
Okay, girl.
Okay, girl. That was what it was.
Okay, girl.
Anyways, wherever you are listening to this, I hope you are safe and sound. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.